What's going on, y'all? That boy Gam back in the building, tapping in with y'all one more time, man. Today, up Sunday morning, cold out here in Atlanta, man. It get cold out here too. Trying to let the car defrost, you know. I'm doing Turo and all that, so I'm getting ready to clean the car and put gas in it and everything. Somebody coming to pick it up. But I just wanted to touch on something real quick, man. Yo Gotti brother, Big Jook, got killed in Memphis. I think it was yesterday. We got another death in hip-hop, man. Another rap industry hip-hop death, man. Another one, right? And it just make me think, like, man, being a rapper is basically like being a part of a criminal organization nowadays, man. It's like being in the mafia or anything like that, because the whole point of the whole rap game was supposed to be to get out of that type of situations and stuff like that and find a better way to, you know, provide for your family and stuff like that. But nowadays, being a rapper, hold on 1 second, I'm gonna put my seatbelt on, this beeping. Nowadays, being a rapper is more dangerous than even being in the streets half the time, man. For real. Like, it's a full-blown war going on right now in Memphis, man. And like they say, once that blood faucet get turned on, it's hard to turn it off. Young Dolph got killed, and I don't know who connected with all of that. I don't know who, you know, but from what the streets is saying and from what it's looking like, it just looked like it's all connected. And, you know, Dolph people might be, they won't get back. They lost somebody. Black Youngster lost somebody. Lost a few people, I think, from what I heard. And then now, here come another loss. And it's crazy because from what I understand, Big Jook was like a real live executive. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a real position in the whole record label. So that's like, you know, I heard that ESTG got signed based off of getting to know Big Jook. You know what I'm saying? So Big Jook was obviously involved in the artist part of the whole thing and finding artists and all of that, right? So you would get all the way to that position in life, man, but still the streets still claim you and still take your life, man. Still dealing with the same thing, even though you out on yachts and out on the islands, partying, mansions, Rolls Royces, Lamborghini, all that, all the finer things in life you have, but you also might just lose your life to the streets still. It's like, man, why it gotta be like that for us though? Why it can't just be, why we can't live like rock stars, man? Why we can't be the ones who 70 years old still on tour, like, you know, like them old rock and roll guys and stuff like that, man? It's just sad that I'm tired of hearing about people dying, man, but it's just like me knowing that he had a higher position in the whole thing where I'm sure he was living a good life, man. But once blood gets spilled, man, it's hard to, it's an eye for an eye at that point. And it's like, you can't tell the people on the other side that they shouldn't do it. And now, that's another thing that's crazy is from what I heard, it was him leaving from like a funeral or something like that. And that's cold-blooded, because it's like, that's where you know you might find somebody if you're looking for them. Those situations, because you know people gonna show up to them funerals. You know certain people died that's close to them. They obligated and they want to show up most of the time for, you know, the person who passed away. But they risking their life just to show their respects to somebody else who lost their life. Like, it's cold, man. You know, it remind me back in the days of the Italian mafia, man. Setting up hits outside the restaurants and all of that, man. This same thing going on. Only difference is, like, man, this is the music industry that's supposed to be, we supposed to be away from all of that, man. But it ain't. Reality is, being a rapper, you might as well still be in the streets on the corner trapping. You might as well still be sliding, because that's what the fans expect you to do anyway. The fans want to hear all of this. Shoot 'em up, bang, bang. They want to hear all of that. But you can't be faking it, so you got to be living that way, right? When you living that way, this what happened. Yo Gotti then made it to a very high level when it comes to the music industry. Got his crush, celebrity crush, or, you know, he wanted Angela Simmons, and he got her, and he linked up, he rubbing shoulders with Jay-Z and all the people, where it's like, bruh, you can just ride off into the sunset, man. Or do you have to die? Because that's what gangsters do. You gotta die or go to prison, because that's what gangsters do. Gangsters don't just ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. They really don't. That ain't gangster, I guess. That ain't, you know, where it's like, in order to end in a way of that the streets want you to end, you gotta crash out, or you gotta go do a life sentence, man. That's all it is. So I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I just wanted to say something, man. I don't get too much into people's business when it comes to death and this type of stuff. And ain't no saying who wrong or right or this or that. It's just all messed up, man. That's all it is. So, till next time, y'all. Gam tapping out.